God has gifted you to do His work. There are things that God has planned that only you can do. You are gifted by Him to do His work. In 2002, we were about to launch this ministry. I was praying about, God, what do you want me to do? God, how is it that you formed me and designed me? What's the purpose you have for my life? And I sat down with my old youth pastor, Dan Monteverde, and he had a super busy schedule. We were at Youth Specialties, a youth conference, and I sat down to meet with him. I literally had probably 30, 40 pages of notes that I wanted to go over with him, questions. And so I sit down and he's like, how can I help? And so I say, look, Dan, here's what I know I must do. And then he just quickly, abruptly interrupted me. He's like, I don't care what else you have on all those papers. I was a little taken back. He's like, listen, whatever follows that statement you just made, you have to do it. I was like, what statement? He's like, you just made an I must statement. I must. And as soon as I said that, he stopped me. What he showed me is when I said that I must statement, he wasn't concerned about what followed because he knew I had to do it. It wasn't a matter of if I'm going to do it. It was a matter of when I'm going to do it. I knew that I had this gift that God had given me, a sleight of hand of illusions. And I knew I was called to preach His word or share His love with other people. But those were in two separate worlds. I was doing youth ministry at the time, and I would do shows, but those two never met. And so God was revealing to me that I needed to combine my gifts and my calling. That was what I knew I must do. What about you? What are the things that you know that God has designed you uniquely for? What are the things that God has designed for you? When you combine your gifts and your calling, and those are blended together, those are working together, you're going to be on the path that God needs you to be. So check this out. How many of you guys notice my old man hands? Anybody notice my old man hands? So I've had these hands my whole life. But my hands have looked really old, and since I was 4 or 5 years old, I was like, Grandpa, you got nothing on me, right? And so I've just always had really old hands, and so, kids, they see something that's different, right? And they're just like, hey, look at that guy over there. That guy's got old man hands, right? Kids just make fun of things that are different. The other thing I got made fun of, did anybody get made fun of in school? Anybody? All right, if you're not raising your hand, you're making fun of other kids. That's the way that works. So as a kid, the two things I get made fun of for consistently, one was my old man hands, right? And one was for my voice. I went to speech therapy until I was around 5th grade and, always struggled with the way I spoke and always was, a little afraid of showing people my hands, is kind of embarrassed about those two things. Here's the crazy part, is those are the two ways that God has chosen to use me today, is through my voice and my hands. I don't know what you might perceive to be your weaknesses right now, but when you surrender those to God, He could use anything you give to Him. This piece is about that. So, how many of you guys have heard of palming before? This is where a magician or illusionist, they secretly hide something in the palm of their hand. Yeah, right now I have 2 water bottles in there. You don't know. Very tiny, very tiny. No, so as a kid, I'd work on palming stuff. It kind of looked weird, right? I would be like this. Hey, how's it going? What's in your hand? Nothing. What about your other hand? This hand? Over there? Nothing, So it just looked weird, but as I got better, my thumb would come in, my fingers would come down, my arm would get... Let me picture this for you, okay? This way you'll be able to picture it, okay? Here's a picture of my hand. Yes, that's mine. Oh, and there's the back. Yeah, that's obvious. Okay, so clapping for the hand. So that is going to go right here, and I need somebody to pick a card just from where they are. Let me see. Let's use somebody right here, second from the end, on the end. Yeah, right there. So I'll go through the cards, and whenever you want, just say stop, okay? Here we go. I'll start going through them. Stop. Okay. Do you want to keep going or stop there? Stop there. Let's take a peek. You took the king of diamonds. If you would have went one more, you would have been at the ace or the 9, right? So I want to show you what this would look like if I was really to palm the king of diamonds. What I would do is this, is I would come in, I would take it off the top, I'd bring my thumb in and my fingers out. How's that look? Okay, I honestly thought it looked a little better. Don't worry, second time's really amazing. Watch. Ooh. Wait, maybe you could picture this. Maybe you could picture this. Yes. Can you guys picture that? Never forget how amazing God is. I can't even describe how miraculous it is that God would come down out of the heavens and God would become a man in the flesh, live a perfect life, be crucified for us, rise from the dead to give us life. That is the God who we seek after, the God that loves us. He is amazing.